Hi, fans of high quality entertainment. May 8th is today, and it's a very, very special day. It's my youngest son's 38th birthday. That's right. Michael is 38. So happy birthday, Michael. I already messaged him. He never watches my videos anyway, that I know of. And also, the original Let It Be is finally on Disney Plus. I just finished watching it probably a couple of hours ago. And I've already seen I haven't watched, but I've already seen other people uploading reviews for the original Let It Be. And I have no idea what anyone else thinks of the remastered version of it. But I'm going to give you my thoughts. So first of all, there was like a 10-minute interview between Peter Jackson and the original director of Let It Be, Michael Lindsay Hawk. And I'm kind of wondering if there's like an extended interview somewhere online for that, because it would be very interesting. So that was a kind of a surprising but a good way to start, before the main attraction. So visually, what I noticed is, of course, it was much clearer. But I'm wondering if they worked on it as much as with Get Back. Maybe somebody can let me know what they think. I think it looks great, but there's times when there's a little bit of grain or whatever, and it just looks like a really improved, way, way better than the old VHS tapes that we used to see, or, online. So I was very happy with the quality of the video. But looking back on it, the way it opens, it is kind of a downer in a way, like Ringo looks a little kind of depressed in some of the shots. And I don't know, it's watching it again, definitely with all the extra footage, you of course realize, hey, they actually had some fun and they did get along sometimes and they laughed. They do laugh, there's smiles and everything in the original, of course. But things that you really notice are, for instance, when Paul is talking to John for a good few minutes, and John's just kind of staring at him. You don't know what he's thinking, but Paul's just going on, and it cuts. It doesn't show John talking at all, but in the Get Back, of course, you see more of the conversation, and John's in a much better mood than you think he is in the Let It Be footage. And I don't know, there's some songs that they do in Let It Be that are kind of rough, that I think they could have chosen a better performance, I guess. I can't really think of the song at the moment, but there was one or two that were like, I kind of liked some of the other performances in Get Back. And there's no talk, of course, of George. We didn't know that George had left, while watching Let It Be back in the day. The way Billy Preston is introduced in Get Back is really good. But with Let It Be, all of a sudden he's just there. There's no storyline at all. He's just there on the keyboard. Great to see, of course, but definitely, people are gonna still complain about the original Let It Be, but it's great to have. Sometimes we're a little spoiled. I was listening to the bonus songs on Abbey Road the other night, and I hadn't I did listen to them, when the box set came out and really enjoyed them. But I hadn't listened to them for a while, and then I'm listening, and it's like, we're so lucky to have these recordings. I really enjoyed, the outtakes and all that, much more than ever. And so where am I going with this? Yeah. And then it's also nice to have at the end of Let It Be, the one thing that was really missing from Get Back was, the videos of them performing Let It Be live and the Long and Winding Road and the Two of Us. And of course, in Let It Be, you get the full performances. And they look great. What else? Yeah, that's about it. It's just great to have so much footage from that era and to know while watching the original that, hey, they, of course, that they were arguing sometimes, not getting along, but they also were laughing and having some fun. And especially love with Get Back, with all the extra footage, with Yoko Ono, who's always being bashed. And she was pretty quiet, for all of those hours that I know there's other footage, and maybe that's a different story, but in Let It Be and Get Back, she's kind of in the background, just supporting John. And that is about it. And of course, the Rooftop performance is just always so joyful to watch. And it's too bad at the end of that performance, in the original Let It Be, in Get Back at the end, they show the Beatles back in the studio listening to a playback of the performance and, really enjoying it. It's too bad that wasn't at the end of Let It Be. But anyway, those are my thoughts. I'm sure there's other channels that can be more better at describing or reviewing the movie. But just, I enjoyed it. We're lucky to have Let It Be finally. It reminds me of, I'm going to ramble for a second. I'm almost done. No, but it reminds me of some Facebook friends that have passed on. I especially remember one of them saying, a few years back, oh, we need a new remastered Let It Be. And sadly, he never got to see it or Get Back for that matter. And so, like I said, we can have our negative thoughts on certain things, but you also have to remember we're just lucky to have all of this footage, the Let It Be and the Get Back footage. So that's it. Thank you for watching and have a great day. And I have one more thing to say. Let it be. Thank you.